In the market, it's usually the loudest companies that grab all the headlines. But today, we're going to look at something different. We're looking at a quiet one, a business that isn't really shouting from the rooftops, but man, it is showing every single sign of being a serious long-term compounder. So let's dig into the opportunity here with Ksolves India Ltd.
This really just says it all, doesn't it? The most powerful opportunities, the ones that really build wealth, they aren't always announced with a big bang. No, they're built quietly, day by day, through really disciplined work. And that is the story we're about to explore with Ksolves.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to understand what this company actually does. Then, we'll uncover its pretty unique competitive moat. After that, we'll follow the money, look at the numbers, and then check out the leadership's mindset. And all of this leads to the most important question. Why is the market overlooking this? So, stick with me because it all builds up to my final verdict. Okay, let's start with the opportunity itself. Before we get into any of the financials or charts, it is absolutely crucial that we understand what Ksolves does day to day. After all, you can't really see the potential if you don't understand the operation, right?
Look, Ksolves isn't just some simple vendor. They are a deep operational partner. Think of them as the team that installs a company's entire digital nervous system. They handle the Salesforce for customer data, the Odoo for all the internal operations, and the big data to help make smart decisions. The point is, they don't just sell a piece of software. They literally embed themselves into the workflows that are absolutely essential for a business to even function, let alone grow.
And this is so key to their whole position. We are in the middle of this massive global shift. It's not going backwards, where company budgets are moving away from physical things and flowing straight into software, intelligence, and automation. Ksolves is planted right in the middle of that accelerating river of cash. The tailwinds here are just incredibly strong.
So a great position is one thing, but how does that turn into a real competitive advantage? Every great company has a moat, but they aren't always obvious. The one Ksolves is building is subtle for sure, but it is also incredibly powerful.
We can call it trust memory. Now, this isn't a moat you can see on a balance sheet or protect with a patent. It's forged over years and years of just being reliable. Every single time they deliver a project, that trust gets deeper, making them harder and harder to replace. It's a moat that literally compounds on itself.
Just think about this for a second. You have what I call loud moats, things like patents and regulations. They're obvious, they're easy for analysts to value. But a relationship moat like the one Ksolves has, well, that's different. It's quiet. It's built by becoming so deeply woven into a client's operations that the cost, the risk, and just the sheer headache of trying to switch to someone else becomes enormous. This is a moat that gets stronger every single day, quietly, behind the scenes.
So a strong business and a real moat, that all sounds great, but does it actually show up in the numbers? Let's dive into the financial evolution of Ksolves, because it tells the story of a company that has found a truly powerful economic engine. Let's just pause on this for a moment. We are talking about a triple-digit return on capital employed. That is an exceptional figure. What it tells you is that the business is incredibly light on assets and brutally efficient with its money. It can grow really fast without needing huge new investments. And that, my friends, is the secret sauce for true long-term compounding. And that capital efficiency, well, it translates directly into this really impressive revenue growth. But the key here isn't just that they're growing, it's how they're growing. This isn't just about chasing down brand new clients. No, it's about going deeper with the clients they already have, earning a larger and larger share of their spending, and that is a fundamentally higher quality of growth.
This little framework here is super useful for understanding where they are in their journey. It looks to me like Ksolves is right in that critical transition from Phase 2 to Phase 3. They're evolving from just being a trusted vendor into a true platform partner that signs multi-year deals. And this is exactly the stage where the market often fails to see a fundamental shift, and that's where the potential for big valuation surprises is born.
Now, financials, they only ever tell part of the story. The long-term success of a company like this really depends on the people running the show. And from what I can see, Ksolves is led by disciplined builders, not charismatic storytellers.
Okay, check this out. With the promoter holding at nearly 59%, you have a leadership team with serious skin in the game. Their interests are directly and powerfully aligned with ours as minority shareholders. They only win when we win. You just can't fake that kind of alignment.
And if you listen to how they talk, it's another clue. Their language is all operational. It's grounded. It's focused on just getting the job done.
You don't hear a lot of buzzwords or hype about market domination. This quiet confidence is a subtle but very reliable signal of a team that's focused on building real, durable value. It's a trait you often see right before a company gets widely discovered.
So this brings us to the big question, right? If the business is this good, if the financials are this strong, and if the management is this aligned, why isn't everybody talking about it? What is the market's blind spot here?
Let's just put it out there directly. This isn't a story about a stock that looks cheap on a spreadsheet. It's a story about a stock that looks like it is being fundamentally misunderstood by the wider market. And that misperception, that is precisely where the opportunity is hiding.
So here's what the market seems to be missing. It sees a small IT firm, maybe, but it's overlooking the critical shift from one-off projects to these sticky, long-term relationships. It's missing the power of getting more and more business from happy clients. It's glossing over a debt-free balance sheet and a culture of extreme capital discipline. These are the kinds of qualities that don't scream at you from a quarterly report, but they are the very things that define a long-term compounding machine.
So we've looked at the business, the financials, the leadership, and the market's perception of it all. It's time to bring it together into a clear and, I think, very definitive conclusion.
Today, I would invest here. It is a classic story of a high-quality business being fundamentally misunderstood by the market. And the investment thesis for me is built on 4 really powerful pillars.
The thesis is simple and it's powerful. First, you've got that compounding relationship moat that just gets stronger every single year. Second, you have exceptional capital discipline, proven by that incredible ROCE and a zero-debt balance sheet. Third, this whole evolution from a simple project vendor to a real platform partner is being missed by the market. And finally, the whole thing is being steered by disciplined builders who have their own wealth on the line right alongside us.
All the evidence strongly suggests that Ksolves is on the path to becoming a truly high-quality company. So the real question isn't if it's going to happen, but whether you'll be there to see it before the destination becomes obvious to everyone. Thanks for joining this explainer.